In this video we will make some adjustments on the cylinder and the mounting flange. So far we have tried some shortcuts regarding hiding objects. Another shortcut that is good to know is zoom to selection. If I right click here, select the cylinder and right click, we find zoom to selection here, and the shortcut is Shift Z. So I will select the cylinder and I will press Shift Z and we zoom into the cylinder. And that shortcut is good to know because it can be useful sometimes. But now we will select the mounting flange so that we come to the IntelliShape level, and then we right click and we choose Edit Cross Section. And if we go to the properties now, we see that I have selected Hide All. Perhaps you have selected another option here, but if we select Display All, we will see all parts in the scene, including the cross section, and Hide All will hide all parts, and Hide Edited Part will hide the cylinder but not the cross section, and Hide Edited IntelliShape will hide the mounting flange but not the cooling fins. So that's the difference between these four options we have here. But in this case I will choose Hide Edited Part because I don't need to see the cylinder right now. Now the camera is pointing perpendicular to the grid, and perhaps you want the camera to stay in its position it had before you entered the cross section. And there is a setting for that. If you come up here and click the Option button, and down here we have the settings for the camera, and if we uncheck this box, Enable Camera Look At During Editing, and we click OK, and here we right click and choose Cancel Drawing, we come back to this camera position or this camera angle. So if I now select the mounting flange, go to IntelliShape level and right click and then go back to Edit Cross Section, we will see that the camera will stay in its position. And at the same time there was a change of the camera setting down here. Here we can change between perspective camera and parallel perspective camera. And now it was set to parallel perspective. And we will have it this way. So now it's easier to see what will happen if you change the settings here. If I choose Display All, we will see all parts in the scene. Hide All will hide every part, and Hide Edited Part will hide the cylinder but not the cross section, and Hide Edited IntelliShape will hide the mounting flange but not the cooling fins. But in this case we will choose Hide Edited Part because we don't need to see the cylinder, because we will make some adjustments on this cross section or this circle so it will fit perfectly onto the top of the crankcase. So we will continue with this circle to change the look of the mounting flange. And now we will project the top of the crankcase to the cross section. We come up here and select Project. We have two project commands, Project and Project Constraint. We don't need the constraints in this case, so we will use this command Project. And if we move the cursor to this face or this surface, we will see it will highlight in green. And if I click here, I will copy all edges to the cross section. So then I will press Escape to exit the command, and then I deselect by clicking outside here or on the grid. But we don't need this circle because we have already a hole in the cylinder, so I will select it and press Delete. But we need to trim or to erase some unnecessary geometry here. So we will select Trim, and we don't need that one and not these two either, and I will click here. You can also left click and hold, and then you drag the cursor over the geometry you want to erase or trim, like this. And then you can let go the left mouse button. So now if I press Escape to exit the trim command, so now if we click OK here, or you can also right click here in the scene and choose Finish Drawing, we have adjusted the mounting flange so it will fit perfectly to the crankcase. And now we need some holes to fasten the cylinder to the crankcase, so we have to cut some holes. So I will come up here to select cut cylinder, and I will drop a cylinder here, and the diameter will be 4 millimeters. And I will change the depth. I will right click this height handle and choose to point, and I will select this edge. Then we need to place it in the right location, so I will use the tri-ball. I turn on the tri-ball, and the starting point to place it in the right location will be the center point of this cylinder. So I will right click this 2D handle. I will select the handle first, then I will right click to make sure that it is selected, and then I will choose to center point of this cylinder. And now I will right click and hold the 2D handle and drag, and will drag it back to this position. And here I will drop it and I choose move, and distance 1 will be 20. Then I press tab to jump to the next box and type 20 and hit enter, and now it is in the right location. So we need 3 more, so I will loosen the tri-ball by pressing space and right click the 2D handle. Then I choose center point of the cylinder. Then I lock the tri-ball, and I will select this axis and right click and hold and drag like so, and then I will drop it there and I will link, and I need 3 more holes, and the angle will be 90 degrees, and I will hit enter, and I have linked 3 holes. Then I will turn off the tri-ball. Then I will select the cylinder and we'll come over to the properties, and here we will change the username to cylinder. Hit enter, copy the name, paste it here, and the part number will be 101. Hit enter. Then we come down here to change the color to this gray color. And then I will use I key and D key, and then I will save the scene, and we will continue in the next video.